Picture this, a woman hailed as the most beautiful in the world, lounging in Hollywood mansions, earning millions for her work on the silver screen. But when the cameras stopped rolling and the night grew quiet, she wasn't just resting. She was sketching inventions, diagrams that would lay the groundwork for the technology that connects our entire world. This is the incredible hidden story of Hedy Lamarr, not just a glamorous movie star, but a brilliant, self-taught inventor who co-created the foundation of Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth. Our story begins not in Hollywood, but in Vienna, Austria, in 1914, with the birth of a girl named Hedwig Kiesler. Hedy grew up in a cultured and curious family. Her father, a banker with a keen interest in the world around him, would take her on long walks through the city. He didn't just show her the sights. He explained the mechanics behind them. He'd point to a printing press and detail how the ink met the paper, or describe the electrical systems that powered the streetcars. These walks ignited a spark in young Hedy. At just 5 years old, she demonstrated her innate curiosity by taking apart her music box and meticulously reassembling it, just to understand how it worked. She wasn't just looking, she was analyzing. As she grew into a teenager, Hedy's striking looks and natural charisma pulled her toward the world of acting. She began landing roles in European films, gaining recognition for her talent. However, it was her breakthrough role in the 1933 Czechoslovak film Ecstasy that brought her international recognition. The film was considered scandalous for its daring scenes and caused an uproar, making her a controversial figure almost overnight. At just 18, she entered a marriage that would profoundly shape her future. Her husband was Fritz Mandl, a wealthy and powerful Austrian arms manufacturer, a man much older than her. Mandl was intensely possessive and controlling. He tried to buy up every copy of *Ecstasy* to erase her past and forbade her from continuing her acting career. He treated her like a beautiful possession, a trophy wife to be shown off at his lavish dinner parties. But these parties were not just social gatherings. They were business meetings where Mandl discussed military technology and weapon systems with high-ranking officials and clients, some of whom were connected to the rising fascist regimes in Europe. While Hedy was expected to sit silently and look pretty, she was doing something else entirely. She was listening. She was absorbing every detail about radio-controlled torpedoes, advanced munitions, and guidance systems. These conversations, meant to exclude her, became her secret education, planting the seeds of an idea that would one day change the world. Life with Mandl became a gilded cage, and Hedy knew she had to escape. The marriage was unbearable. In 1937, she orchestrated a daring getaway. While accounts of her escape vary, one of the most vivid stories tells of her disguising herself as her own maid, slipping out of her castle, and fleeing to Paris. From there, she made her way to London, selling off her jewelry to finance her bid for freedom and a new life. It was in London that her fate took another dramatic turn. She met the head of MGM Studios, Louis B. Mayer. He was immediately captivated by her star power and offered her a Hollywood contract on the spot. He also gave her a new name, one that would become legendary, Hedy Lamarr. Hollywood fell in love with her. The press dubbed her the most beautiful woman in the world, and she became one of the biggest stars of her era. She starred opposite legends like Clark Abel in *Boomtown*, and Spencer Tracy in *Tour de Plat*. She lit up the screen in extravagant productions like *Ziegfeld Girl*, and delivered an iconic performance as the seductive title character in Cecil B. DeMille's biblical epic, *Samson and Delilah*. She wasn't just a pretty face. She was a major box office draw. During this time, she also dated the eccentric and brilliant aviation tycoon, Howard Hughes. Hughes was one of the few who saw beyond her beauty and recognized her sharp intellect. He encouraged her inventive side, even providing her with a set of engineering equipment to use in her trailer on film sets. She wasn't just tinkering for fun. She suggested ways to improve the aerodynamics of his planes, designing a more streamlined wing shape. She also came up with a clever, though less successful, invention. a tablet that could be dropped into a glass of water to create an instant soft drink. Her mind was always working, always looking for a better way to do things. But behind the glamorous facade, Hedy's personal life was often turbulent. She craved the stability she never had, but her fame and the pressures of Hollywood made it elusive. She was married 6 times in total. After escaping Fritz Mandl, she married screenwriter Jean Markey and adopted a son, James. Her third marriage to actor John Loder gave her 2 biological children, Denise and Anthony. But each marriage ended in divorce, leaving her searching for a partnership that valued her for her whole self, not just her famous face. As World War II engulfed Europe, Hedy, now living a life of luxury in Beverly Hills, felt a growing sense of guilt. She was horrified by the news coming from overseas, particularly the reports of German U-boats sinking civilian ships. One story, about a ship carrying child evacuees being torpedoed, struck her to her core. She knew she had to do something more than just be a movie star. She had to use her unique knowledge to help the Allied war effort. Drawing on the technical details she had absorbed during her marriage to the arms dealer, Hedy identified a critical weakness in the Allied arsenal. Their radio-guided torpedoes were powerful, but their guidance systems were easy to jam. An enemy could simply broadcast a signal on the same frequency, disrupting the torpedo's path and sending it off course. Hedy envisioned a brilliant solution, a system that could rapidly and randomly switch or hop between transmission frequencies. If the transmitter on the ship and the receiver and the torpedo hopped between frequencies in a synchronized, pre-programmed pattern, the signal would be impossible for an enemy to track or jam. It was a revolutionary concept for secure communication. But there was a problem. How could you synchronize the frequency changes between a ship and a torpedo without a physical connection or incredibly complex machinery? The answer came from an unlikely source. At a Hollywood party, Hedy met George Antheil, an avant-garde composer known for his experimental music, particularly his ballet mechanic, which used multiple synchronized player pianos. As they talked, they realized they were both passionate inventors. Hedy explained her frequency hopping idea, and Antheil, with his knowledge of player pianos, had a eureka moment. They could use a mechanism similar to a player piano roll, a strip of perforated paper, to control the frequency hopping. 2 identical piano rolls, one at the transmitter and one at the receiver, could be used to synchronize the switching across 88 different frequencies, the same number of keys on a piano. In 1941, Hedy Lamarr and George Antheil filed a patent for their secret communication system. They were granted the patent in August 1942 and immediately offered it to the US Navy, hoping it could be used to win the war. Tragically, their invention was dismissed. The Navy officials couldn't fathom implementing such a complex device inside a torpedo. They reportedly told Hedy that if she really wanted to help the war effort, she should use her famous face to sell war bonds. It was a devastating, sexist rejection. Hedy, ever the patriot, did as they asked and raised millions of dollars for the war effort. But her brilliant invention was classified by the military and left to gather dust on a shelf. She never earned a single penny from it. The story doesn't end there. Though Hedy's patent expired long before its true value was realized, the military eventually rediscovered her idea. In the late 1950s, engineers began developing technology based on her frequency hopping concept, which they now called spread spectrum. This technology proved crucial for secure communications, and it was even used by US ships to create a blockade during the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. By the 1980s, as the digital age dawned, the principles of spread spectrum technology became the fundamental building blocks for modern wireless communication. Today, a variant of Hedy Lamarr's idea is in virtually every wireless device we own. It's what allows your Bluetooth headphones to connect to your phone. It's the basis for your home Wi-Fi network. It's a key component of the GPS system that guides you to your destination. Billions of people use this technology every single day, completely unaware that it all started with a Hollywood actress and a composer tinkering with an idea inspired by player pianos. Hedy's story is full of cautionary tales. society was so quick to label her by her looks that it completely overlooked her mind. The Navy's Rejection was a clear example of the sexism that often prevented women from being taken seriously in science and technology. She later expressed regret that she didn't have the business sense to protect her intellectual property more effectively. But her life is also a powerful source of inspiration. Hedy Lamarr proved that beauty and brilliance are not mutually exclusive. She refused to be confined by the narrow boxes society tried to put her in. When her contribution to technology was finally recognized with awards in the 1990s, near the end of her life, her response was a simple, witty quip. "It's about time." What can we learn from her? Nurture your curiosity. Just like Hedy's father taught her, always ask how things work. Don't let stereotypes or other people's expectations limit you. Pursue your passions, even if others dismiss them. Find collaborators who share your vision, just as she did with George Antheil. And if you have a great idea, learn how to protect it. Hedy Lamarr's legacy reminds us that true strength lies in using all parts of yourself, your experiences, your knowledge, your unique perspective to create something meaningful. So, what hidden talent do you have that's just waiting to be explored? Start today. Tinker, learn, and create. Hedy did, and her legacy, a web of invisible signals, connects us all. Thank you for watching the untold story of Hedy Lamarr. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories of hidden history.